Episode 267. Como is enjoying a nice long soak in the hot springs here in the Ishgardian firmament. After several quests helping out whoever is asking her for some random things. Charlemagne, Elto, all of those guys. It's about time we move on from here. I say that, but we're gonna go right back to helping out those exact same guys. In between last episode and this one, the week turned over, so I do get the chance to do all of those fun... What are they called again? The, custom deliveries. We can do those custom deliveries again, now that the week turned over. And of course I'm doing this to farm for purple scripts, experience, all of that stuff. But I also just want to sprinkle these in, as I said, wherever I can, and this is wherever I can. Should probably dress appropriately, though. Have you come to help us weave garments befitting an artisan? Yeah. Oh, but we actually... right. Well, like a cooking show, and I guess we are appropriately dressed for that. I prepared all of these things off-screen ahead of time, just because I had the time to do it. Where was it? The saddlebag. I not only prepared all the things that we need for this rank up, but also the next 3 deliveries that we can do after that for this week, for each character. So this will go by a bit quickly, I think. Then we can get on to what I'm actually doing this episode. The Society rank up quests, Moogle, Vanu, and I can remember this. I know this. They are called the Nas, or the Vas, whichever one. We probably won't do all 3 of those things in this one episode, though. You already read this, so let's skip over that. No, wait, damn it. I put the experience into the alchemist again. I'm meant to be turning these in as a carpenter. The whole point I'm doing these is so I can farm experience on this one specifically. There are other ways that I can farm experience, but this is going to be my main way of doing it. If we don't begin my education in weaving soon, I fear we may run out of room to store all the materials you've delivered. I must tell Master Arvid. You won't mind watching over the supplies while I'm gone, will you? Ah, the woman of the hour arrives. My thanks for furnishing us with the weaving supplies we requested. I took the liberty of arranging the rest of what we need. So I believe we're well prepared to begin our next lesson. What say you, Elto? We have the materials, and we have the tools. Do you have the desire to learn? Yes, of course, Master Arvid. Teach me all that you know. You too, Master Komoy. We're no weavers. I know you'll give it your all, Eltol. I keep wanting to say Eltol, like a tool booth. Her name's Elto. Elto? Whatever. And would you look at that? Yeah, this happens every time, or at least I think every time. She gets a little upgrade, and she gets even cooler with each craft she learns. Behold, my very first items of clothing, sewn by my own claws. Have you ever seen a dragon more dashing? My design took inspiration from Master Arvid's camp, if you haven't noticed. Imitation is the highest form of flattery indeed. Oh, okay, I see how it is. When we suggest that she just copies people in order to learn crafting, you don't like it. But when she's imitating you, suddenly you're all for it, I see. Truth be told, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that cap was sewn by a seasoned weaver. Yes, very impressive. Never in my life have I imagined a dragon donning a cap, let alone crafting one. The labor was painstaking, and I must admit, I contemplated giving up more than once. However, now that the work is done, I feel a sense of accomplishment unequaled by aught else. So this is what you wingless ones, or this is why you wingless ones pursue the art of creation. I simply must teach the other dragonettes what I've learned. I'm certain there are many and more who would be willing to bring their own ideas to life. I simply must show my friends in the turning mist. If they show sufficient interest, perhaps I will weave caps for them to wear too. Wouldn't that be a sight? All the dragons over in the turning mist just wearing little scarves and hats and all that stuff. Take care, Alto, and give your brothers and sisters my regards. We're now a talented teacher, according to Alto. All that remains is to wait for the fruits of her labor. And so we wait. I had forgotten just how dapper you look in your new accoutrements. I trust your friends up in the clouds were just as taken with your new appearance. Indeed they were, particularly the dragons that are of age with me. They likened it to being able to change the color of their scales at will. I invited them to return to the firmament, but it seems they are still hesitant to mingle with people. I can't blame them, I suppose. Were it not for you, I too may have given up on my journey, and returned to the clouds, wondering what may have been. I have learned to overcome my fear of your kind. Would that I could say the same of my kin. We don't bite. Well, we do. Those who are always afraid cannot hope to move forward. Are you sure you're not still frightened of us? We do bite after all. Frightened? Me? Why, of course not. I dare say you three, and everyone else I've met here besides, are kinder and more helpful than many dragons I know. If only the others could see what I see. From where I'm standing, it seems clear that you must find a way to allay their fears. Show them that crafting, and thereby your friendship with those that teach it to you, is something that enriches, not harms. Yes, Master Arvid, you're brilliant. I shall do precisely that. While my new garments may be fashionable, I could never hope to make one for every dragon in the turning mist. There may be another way to their hearts. What are you thinking, Alto? It's all so obvious now that I've thought of it. I speak, of course, of that favorite pastime of man and dragon alike, eating. When I first arrived in Ishgard, I was overwhelmed with the smells wafting from the marketplace. So many spices and aromas, mixing together, set my mouth to watering as it never had before. Perhaps I can bring that experience to my kin. Ah, that's a capital idea. Every creature needs to eat, but not all have had the pleasure of fine dining. Seems the matter is settled then. Komoi, let's take care of the supplies Alto will need to ready this feast. Alto and I will put our heads together and decide which foods might best suit the dragon palate. I already have several ideas. So I guess kind of like us, Alto is going to pick up, I think, 3 crafting classes. We don't have 3 yet, but we're going to get a 3rd, just to fill out the niches that we need to do all of the, what you would call the role quests, I guess, for crafters, starting in Shadowbringers. And I guess her 3 are, what was it, mining? Oh, that's not actually crafting. Well, she's gonna have 3 regardless. Or was it gonna be more than this? I don't actually remember how many she gets. Mining, weaving, and culinarian. 3 interesting niches, but they don't exactly synergize with each other, do they? I don't think so. Our need for tools is ever growing, and I trust you brought something that will help answer that need. Yeah, we anticipated this. And by anticipate, I mean I just looked at the list of what we had to craft next. Ah, so this is what I used to make culinary delicacies. Up until now, I thought cooking was little more than a matter of roasting meat until blackened. But I can see now that that is not the case. I shall treat this tool with the utmost care. And the next one. And the next one. Seems like for each week we might get up to, I don't know, 2.5 levels, maybe 3. With all 12 of our deliveries, maybe a bit more. And this is just the same thing as last time. Don't need to see it. What about hot log? And that's the same dialogue as before. Okay, on to the next. This should go by just as quickly, I think. This one for Charlemagne. Over in here. And this time we are the right class for it. Medical supplies, topping off what we started last week. Yesterday, whatever. Actually, let's try to measure this out. Exactly how much is this? That was about less than 1/4 of the bar. So yeah, I guess I'd say maybe between 2 and 3 levels, maybe 2.5 levels per week. There are probably better ways of farming. Oh, wait, what? Oh, we're out of scripts. Or rather, we're capping out on scripts. Damn it, I needed... Let's actually check what we can spend those scripts on so we're not wasting any of this. Because I need a lot of these scripts to do the relic stuff that I'm planning for. No wait, script exchange. And yeah, we wouldn't have the high level stuff. Which one was it? Well, we can just get whatever we want, I guess. Yeah, actually... Wait, this might be good. Level 70? No, we're above that. Well, it'll be good for the next one, the next crafting class we take up, and that'll be far in the future. What else can we get? I was going to look up what I need for the relic quests, but I'm pretty sure as long as I have over... I did the math before. As long as I have over like 2,000 or 3,000 purple scripts, I should have enough to craft exactly what I need. I think. So I guess I can just spend whatever I have here as long as I remain above 2,000 or 3,000. Master recipes? I guess I maybe should be investing in these starting now. Why are these... Where's Master 1 and 2? That must be like a Realm Reborn thing. Yeah, just give me a Carpenter... and... or an Alchemist. Carpenter and Alchemist. And 5 Carpenter and Alchemist. I didn't realize we were getting so many scripts. This is like one of the main way to get purple scripts, but I didn't realize it would be so many. And also you get the higher level scripts if you're at max level. Carpenter, Blacksmith. Did I pass it again? We are on 8. There it is. Carpenter... Wait, did I? Damn it, I picked up Blacksmith. I meant to be picking up Alchemist. Alchemist and Blacksmith I guess sound familiar or similar for some reason. There's Alchemist. Okay. I think it was just that one that I picked up Blacksmith for, by accident. Alchemist. Running out of inventory. Carpenter 9, oh that's 300 now. And Alchemist 9. There, and we're still above 2,000. So yeah, let's just read all of these real quick. I actually don't know if I'm gonna have any use out of these master recipes. It's the only thing that I can think to spend my scripts on, though. Oh, and here, we're not even a blacksmith, but can I even read this? I guess I can. We can read it, but we can't use it. We're just a tourist. I guess blacksmith might be one of the three that I was going to pick up for the third crafting niche. That third crafting niche being, I think leather worker, armorer, or blacksmith. I'm still pretty undecided about that, though. Okay, there we go. And continue. Thanks to you, we now have all the medical supplies we require at present. A moment while I summon Meili hither. So, taking Komoi's contributions into account, how long will the supplies last? If we add that to what we already have, that should give us 3 weeks. Correct yet again. Your numbers have improved in leaps and bounds. That's thanks to your lessons. You make it easy and fun to learn. Surely, it's fun. I guess he is hip and useful after all. Oh, and I've learned how to dress a wound as well. Mara that taught me. Meili is truly a fast learner. It doubtless stems from her fervent desire to help others. While I do not want for the self-same desire, the old hound that I am, it is all I can do to keep up. And Charlie now considers us an AIDS avid assistant. There's that alliteration, again. And yet, there's still much work to be done, if he is to atone for past negligence, etc., etc. We've heard it before. A new favor. I took the liberty of inspecting our inventory, and I'm pleased to say that all is in good order. The two of you are doing a fine job of managing the medical supplies. Heh, that's because Charlie's been teaching me my numbers. I certainly see you teaching Meili often of late. A more zealous tutor one would be hard-pressed to find. Yes, well, one might say 'tis a force of habit. I have a nephew, you see. A boy of an age with Meili, but I dare say I see him in her. With my brother passed and firstborn lost, I took him under my wing as my successor, teaching him such knowledge as he needs to one day lead our knights in battle against the dragons. Yet now that the Dragonsong War has ended, we must dedicate ourselves not to the taking of life, but the bettering of it. However, not all of our countrymen have embraced change, and as a father figure to my nephew, I felt that I must needs practice that which I preach. Leading by example, I wish to give him a glimpse of a new Ishgard, one where there is no highborn and lowborn, just fellow Ishgardians striving together for a better tomorrow. By that I must confess that I do not have only the interests of the patients in mind. It was wrong of me not to disclose this fact from the first, and I beg your forgiveness. No apologies are necessary, Charlie. Whatever your reasons, you've been naught but an asset to the infirmary. You and Meili both. Thus do I have a mind to entrust the two of you with even more responsibilities. Many of our patients have debilitating injuries and are in need of rehabilitation. I want you to assist them in their efforts. This is an important task, one that requires you to work closely with the patients. Now, rehabilitation demands a variety of sophisticated equipment, such that can only be provided by skilled artisans. To wit, Komori, we must turn to you once more. And like a cooking show, even though we're not cooking it, we somehow, as a alchemist, created these wheelchairs, I guess? It would make more sense if we made these wheelchairs as a carpenter, but I guess they only have the one icon for crafters. They're just called rehabilitation aids though, so I guess the wheelchair is just like one example of what could be crafted from these. Although what's the description here? No few patients of Sir Vaindru's grace suffer from debilitating injuries, and rehabilitation aids are needed to help them recover and regain independence. Okay, yeah, so it's just like basic aids, which could be wheelchairs and could not be, but I guess they're wheelchairs. Good day to you, Komori. As you will recall, rehabilitation aids, such as walking sticks and wheelchairs, are the order of the day. No, I skipped that one. I guess that was like new dialogue there. Let's see it again. Safety is paramount when it comes to rehabilitation. I think this witchlet standing on our head isn't very safe for the hospital environment. It doesn't matter though. And any equipment used must be sturdy and durable. Having come from your hands, I expect this will be more than satisfactory, but it would be remiss of me not to perform an inspection, if you'll excuse me. And etc, etc. Rest is the same. And the usual done all 6 in 1 week dialogue. Alright, that took up a sizable chunk of the episode. But Komori is still not done. She's still feeling the itch to craft. So she's gonna go back to the Moogles and help them out over there. And again, I have been just over here only like a couple of episodes ago. I would have spaced this out a little bit better if I remembered my plan during the patch 3.3 roundup of side quests. But I didn't remember it, so we're here now. Just 2 more rounds. This round in this episode and maybe the next episode. Then the final round in the patch 3.5 roundup. I didn't expect company. Usually there's no one over in this area, just like in these Heavensward or lower level expansion areas here in Komori's homeworld, this sparsely populated server, Raphthesia. And yet there's one person. We're here for this one though. Oh, and we get something for this. Komori, I'm glad you're here, Kupo. There's a matter I've been meaning to discuss with everyone since Gulenbursti's departure, and now is as good a time as any. Okay. What do you want to talk about? Oh, I'm a little nervous, but I won't be happy with myself if I don't bring it up now. Come on, let's get this over with. We are all gathered, it would seem. Now, my dear Mogson, what was it you... Oh, I see you have summoned Old Deal as well. Very good, very good. Mogson, I was just admiring our craftsmanship. What an accomplishment, that's not what they said. Guess I looked at the lower line, wanted, and thought it said, what an accomplishment. An accomplishment to be proud of, certainly. Now, what was it you wanted? Are we to help plan the celebration? The celebration, yes. Now that the statue is complete, there is naught to do but ensure the statue stays polished. It is time for a well-deserved rest. Do you not agree, my dear Mogson? No, not at all, Kupo. With all due respect, Harrison, our work is far from complete. I believe you know this already. You were there when Gullenbursty saw the statue. I was there as well, Moxon. Did Gullenbursty not grant us leave to remain in Barlas? We could not have asked for more. Mogek and Mogmul have already begun preparations for our feast. You need to look past his words, old deal. And here I go again with like the dragon names. Just like how I'm trying to pronounce El Tol as El Tol. I'm pronouncing Ol D as Ol Deal. Don't know why I do that, like psychologically. Didn't you find his reaction strange? He seemed thoroughly unimpressed by our efforts. Something is amiss, I'm certain. I cannot be content to leave the statue in its current state. I'll not rest until it's perfect. Not only in Gullenbursty's eyes, but in mine as well. Well said, my dear Mogson. Well said. I knew you would not be satisfied with mediocrity. Truly your growth as a crafter has been not short of astounding. You truly are an inspiration. I don't know what to say, Kupo. Thank you. So that means you agree with me, yes? Then, as we have many times before, let's work together to find out what's wrong. We've already come this far. Just a little bit further, and we can enjoy the satisfaction of seeing our work complete at last. But how are we to know where the fault lies? The possibilities are endless. Well, I believe we did well by casting Dragon and Man as the subjects. Perhaps the composition of the figures was not to his liking. If we had made such a fundamental error, I doubt he would suffer the statue to remain. No, it must be something else. Something we're not seeing. Let us take a different tack and ask ourselves why Gullenbursty demanded the statue be built in the first place. Why was it so important to him? I had wondered that myself. I know little of Gullenbursty besides the fact he is much older than Brother. He is quite reclusive, although I have been told he was not always that way. And we only know him by his demands. Oldie, surely there are other dragons that are friendly with him. Perhaps they could offer insight into his motives. Perhaps. It might serve us best to speak with the other ancient dragons. Are there any you could introduce us to, Oldie? Of course. There's Verd Fulnir, who I happen to count among my many friends. Perhaps we could also try visiting Vidofnir, though I'm not certain she would grant us audience. Oh, she'll make room for us. You are friends with Vidofnir? Why, you're just full of surprises, Kupo. Our next step is settled. Komoy, allow me to accompany you to the surface and speak with Vidofnir. Master Terracin, Oldie, visit Verd... That's actually Vedder Fulnir? The R is after the D. How do you pronounce that, actually? I'll just try to say it quickly and hope it comes out right. Verd Fulnir. That sounds about right, I guess. Verd Fulnir. I have no idea where the R is when I say it that fast, but I guess that's it. Verd Fulnir. And find out if he knows anything about Gullenbursty. Let us meet back here to share our findings. Until then. Is Verd Fulnir even a dragon that we meet at like some point in the story? I don't actually know. Not just this story, but other parts of the story. Is he maybe that one dragon that appears alongside Vidofnir in those cutscenes, like the one that was a delegate to Ishgard? Appearing alongside Hraesvelgr and Vidofnir during the patch 3.3 ending to Heavensward post-expansion quest cutscene thing. Whatever you call that. I know there were 3 dragons, and there's always that one, the same one that Aymeric rode on while we rode into battle Nidhogg. I just have no idea who that dragon is, and I've never learned until now. Well, I guess I still haven't learned, even now. Should be teleporting over here. If I had my phone, I would actually look it up right now as we're teleporting. Unfortunately, my phone is on the charger in the other room, so I can't do that. If I remember after this episode, I'll try to finally settle the matter. Who is that one spiky dragon, that one guy? It might be Vodfolnir. Maybe Vidofnir knows. We can't ask her though. Komoy doesn't care. Well met, warrior of warriors. What brings you and yours to Enix Shrine today? We're here to craft a statue. Another one. Oh. Actually, the last statue that she showed up at, the same one that looks exactly like the one at Barles, over in Raven's Nest, she got severely damaged in, so it's kind of a touchy subject to talk to her about this sort of thing, isn't it? Maybe she won't bring it up, though. Let's try not to remind her. Gullinbursty, yes, I know him. For many moons did she labor to build the very plaza you now endeavor to repair. Gullinbursty helped to build Barles? Then why would he raze it to the ground? For brothers robbed of a mother's love. 'Twas a bitter reminder and testament to man's ancient sin, of Radatoskir's sacrifice upon the altar of mortal greed. Old wounds are so to heal, and mayhap his discontent is rooted in the past. Look to the plaza's ruins if you would know more. But all that's left of the old Barles are the piles of... Wait, that's it, Kupo. Komoy, we need to go back at once. There may be remains in the rubble we've cleared. Perhaps they will provide the clue we seek. But Ofnir, you have my sincerest thanks for your counsel. Where is Rider Kisaragi? Oh no, wait. I guess Rider Kisaragi would be over in Lamia. We're in Rafflesia right now. The Warrior of Warriors would serve as the Crafter of Crafters? How curious. Is that an actual title that you can get? Crafter of Crafters? That'd be pretty fun. I don't need to walk in this direction, I need to teleport over here. The weather turned really bad all of a sudden, at the end of that last cutscene. Or the cutscene that was last over right here. It was bright and sunny just a second ago. You are returned. Have you come to help sort through the rubble? Ah, you guys have the same plan? We do our utmost to repurpose the stones we unearth, but some are not suitable, and so we call them here. I suppose we should have taken a closer look. Here's where we keep the stones that are unfit for reuse, Kupo. Old E, Terracin, are you looking for remnants of the old plaza too? Indeed we are. Vodfolnir only offered as much information as he deemed necessary. The quality that comes with age. Oh, like you can relate? I guess that's exactly what he does with us. It was clear, however, that the pieces of old Barles may hold the answer we seek. We had much the same experience. Well, there's nothing for it but to dig, Kupo. Surely somewhere within these heaps of rubble is a clue to Gullinbursty's past. And that's the same. You dig through the heap of rubble, but find nothing that could be of use. Maybe this one. Okay, we got something. We got two somethings. Any luck? I found nothing but old rocks, Kupo. Mysterious fragment. A stone fragment found among the rubble of Barles. The worn lettering may have once formed a message, but it is impossible to tell with this fragment alone. It's a good thing we have two. What is this? This looks like the writing of the landlords, Kupo. Alas, I can't read it. What does it say, Komori? Yeah, you can read, Komori, right? With your middling reading skills. Put them to use. Now here's your search. Have you found aught that might be of use? Terracin, look. Komori found these fragments engraved with what looks to be the script of the landlords. Brilliant. Let me have a look. Oldie and I found several similar fragments, but for the life of me I cannot make out their meaning. Perhaps they are but small pieces of a larger whole. Alright, Komori, you get out of reading this time, but you better practice for next time. Who knows when it'll come up. Let us see. Like this? Or like this? The elements have not been kind to these stones. I can scarce tell if the letters are upside down or right side up. Okay, if even he's having trouble reading theirs, there's no way Komori would have been able to do it. Stop fooling around. What does it say? What does it say? Do not rush me, oldie. I must focus. Here. I think I have it. Unity and Brotherhood. Now and forevermore. Morinch de Ferishort. Malgon. Gulin Bursti. A man, a Moogle, and a dragon. Doubtless they were the architects of this place. You mean more than 1,000 years ago, they lived at Moogle Crafter, just like Mogson? It appears the plazas of past and present have more in common than we thought. Actually, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? It's not just like a coincidence, is it? Because, I mean, the Moogles of the ancient past, I don't know if they would have known how to do all of this crafting stuff on their own, so they probably learned it from humans or Elizin, whatever. And of course the dragons were here as the recipients, the commissioners or whatever. And this is probably what started the whole thing 1,000 years ago of this contract between the Moogles and the dragons that endures to today. Or at least, that's my headcanon, I guess. It could just be a huge coincidence that man, Moogle, and dragon came together in exactly the same way 1,000 years later. But I guess I like to think that all of this happened because of whatever happened 1,000 years ago, trickling forward into the future in one way or another. Something like that. Indeed, to him the statue was more than a monument to friendship. Did I read that last one? I think I did. This statue was more than a monument to friendship and peace. It was a monument to his friendship as well. And so we shall make it our duty to restore this tablet. Come on, it's time to put chisels to stone. It's nice that this plaza kind of gets, well, prettier. It's a lot prettier than it was at the very start, but it still feels really empty when it's just an empty space. I mean, that's what a plaza is, right? But I guess what would be nice if there were huge dragons like this one, like a lot more than just this one, just kind of flitting about or resting on the floor or something like that. Wouldn't be too much to ask, I think, but this is what we have to settle for. And it's at least a pretty good sight, at least. All of these pink things floating around the huge statue at the center. Good enough, I'd say. But I guess that's not what we're doing here, right? We're not settling for good enough, that's the whole point of the quest. The Mogmender's first commission will soon be complete. That is, if you would entertain one final request. Wait, is this? No, this can't be the final quest. The tablet must shine brightly, that all who view the names engraved upon it might remember forever. I would task you with preparing materials for polishing. Lastly, I would like to thank you for your support. Not only on behalf of the Mogmenders, but all the Mogho Moogles. If not for you and Terracin, Barles would still be nothing but dust and rubble. Once more we trust in your steady hand. I know you will impress. Mogmal will give you any supplies you need. Once your masterpiece is finished, hand it to Terracin, and we can complete our work. What will I do, you ask? Let's just say I have one final trick to play. A parting trick, if you will. I'll be getting it ready while you do your crafting. Ah, that look in your eyes. You can't wait to find out what it is, can you? Worry not. I assure you, it will be one of my best, be my best one yet. Oldie. I never took Gullinbursty for the sentimental sort. Anyway, I'll try to convince him to return by the time you have finished. I look forward to seeing the reconstructed tablet. And Terracin. I take it Mogson has told you what needs crafting. And also of this so-called trick of his. By the Fury, what could he be planning? Mogson's been by and told me to expect you, Kupo. Take anything you want, anything. Once you're finished, I can finally eat. Alright, and a quick craft. No wait, it's a society quest for the Moogles. This is the last one here, but I'm pretty sure there's like another quest after this. Like we gotta fill out one more bar for stuff. And just like that, we're done. Have you completed Mogson's request? To think, this may be the last time I gaze upon your work. It has been an honor, my friend. This is like the last quest, isn't it? No, I'm pretty sure there's like another quest after this that I'm forgetting. I must say, the quality of your craftsmanship has always been reliable. Come, let us call the Mogmenders. At last Gullinbursty will acknowledge the depth of our skill. Damn, looks like this cutscene happens with the weather that's currently active. Preparations for our trick are complete, Kupo. All we have left to do now is attach the tablet. What horrible weather to have this finale cutscene in. Well, it does kind of look good in the dark, I guess. Actually, not bad. I still think it's better at daytime, though. Unity and Brotherhood, now and forevermore. Mogson, Komoi Moriko, Terracin de Dismail, Oldie, Marinch de Foreshort, Malgon, Gullinbursty. Way off, and Oldie were insistent I come. I pray it is worth my time. Ha ha ha. Very good. Very good. I remember the day we finished building. I remember Morgon's indignant protests. Where is the Moogle statue? You make me so mad, Kupo. and so on. It would seem his wish is now fulfilled. It was a nice addition, wasn't it? I was going to complain, well, I previously complained, sort of, that the relief was the exact same motif as we see here on the statue. Nothing really new, but the addition of the Moogle at the very bottom was a nice little twist. I take it everything meets with your satisfaction, even the Moogle statue? And us. And you. It does. You have my blessings and my thanks. I shall keep the skies of Barles safe, to prove my words true. Did you hear that, Kupo? Guldenbursty approves. Guldenbursty approves. Finally, through will, determination, and perseverance, the Mogmenders have completed their first major project. Okay, when did you guys learn that? And teach me. Wow, even old E is kinda dancing too. Unfortunately, no Moogle dancing animation for the bigger dragon. I'm sure we could teach it though, that'd be fun. We're now sworn. But I'm pretty sure there's another rank after this, right? That was definitely the last chain in this quest, but hang on. No, yeah. We do have to get to rank 8. Okay, yeah, so I wasn't wrong with the math. I guess what we're doing here in this roundup is going to be all of the finale quests for the Vanu Vanu, the Vass, and the Moogles. But there is like an extra quest after this, which isn't the inter-societal quest. But each of these societies gets an individual quest that happens at rank 8 or whatever, when you're filling up rank 7, I guess. Between 7 and 8 is all I mean to say. Barles may be looking as splendid as the day it was first built, but we cannot rest on our laurels. We must look forward to the repair of Zenith, which will doubtless prove to be a much more challenging undertaking. I believe the Mogmenders are more than equal to the task, however, and before long, perhaps man will once again offer prayers in Zenith's hallowed halls. If ever you find yourself itching for work, remember that we shall always welcome you with open arms. Okay, and yeah, there are no like bonus rank up quests for this one, even though we just like cleared the rank up quest, or rather, bonus daily quest is what I mean to say, even though we still have to fill out 1,730 reputation points before we hit the finale quest. And you? Komoy, you're back. I'm overjoyed to see you again. What brings you to Barles? Oh, I see. How about how fairy of late? Guldenbursty not only approves of our work, he has pledged to keep Barles safe for us. I believe it goes without saying, our first project was a success. But the work of the Mogmender shall continue. From here we move on to Zenith, and from there, well, who knows how far we'll go. I guess Zenith is like their main charge after all. That, not that statue, this huge thing, like, how do the Moogles upkeep the repairs on that for centuries and centuries? It seems like they could barely keep together this one plaza. Must just be very durable. I guess the next thing I'm gonna do would be the Vass. Why not? They're the closest. They're actually over here. We don't have enough time in the episode to actually complete this entire quest, so... I'm actually debating if I want to do this quest or... It would be weird to start the quest and then finish it in the next episode. But then what else would I do in this episode? You know what? Let's stop by over at the firmament real quick. For the next episode, we'll continue with all of these society quest roundups, the Vass and the Vanu Vanu, both in the next episode. For right now, let's do one of these side quests over in the firmament. They should be at least fairly interesting, right? Chat over the orphanage, gathering of Gillicats, that might be fun. This one that we already... that we always pass by whenever we walk by this main thoroughfare. These adventurers just kind of hanging around. This one was like a mysterious sack that was just like sitting on a ledge. I don't think I've ever done these side quests on my main character. If I did, I don't remember though. Don't remember what this one is, and this one's over by the hot spring. Let's do that one. Let's do it just as this, yeah. Same thing that we started the episode in. We're not going to begin and end every episode over here in the hot springs, but if we're in the area, we might as well take advantage of the location, right? So what could this guy possibly want? And he gives us more of these magic prisms, pretty useless. Welcome, welcome my good woman to Snow-Soaked Springs. This is my favorite place in the world, and once you experience its soothing waters for yourself, I've little doubt it will be yours as well. You've already used the facilities. Yes, visitors of all stripes come from near and far, seeking the succor of its healing waters, which are all but proven to have the power to wash away one's every worry, and ease nigh upon every ache, pain, ailment, or malady known to man. Why, I myself have bathed here some 20-odd times, and that's just today. What? What's this guy doing with his life? I mean, I wouldn't mind it myself. Do you not feel the gentle, steamy breeze in the air? It's snowing, but I guess it's also warm. It's actually something that's like a real thing, right? I've seen like videos of this kind of place in Japan where there's a hot spring in a snowy mountain or something. Definitely one of the things that I think would be fun to try before you die in life or something. But who knows where you'd actually get the chance to do that unless you actually take a vacation to Japan or Nepal or wherever it's snowy with hot springs. Where was I reading again? Right. Does the sound of the trickling water not tickle your ears with sheer delight? Can you not scarcely wait to free yourself from the biting cold and slip into a sublime world of warmth and comfort? Say no more. Your bemused gaze tells me that this is your first visit to this splendiferous sight. He's not very good at reading our bemused gaze, I guess. We've been here several times. Allow me to give you the tour. This here is a rest area, where one can relax and cool off one's body after a sumptuous soak. Sitting here and breathing in the fresh air while sipping Ishgardian brandy, or nourishing both belly and soul with a cup of yak's milk. Why, if there's a more heavenly sensation to be found in this realm, then I'm a Mylodon's uncle. Now, allow me to truly amaze and astound you, for I haven't even gotten to the best part of it all. I speak, of course, of the steam bath. That blissful haven of heat and sweat that will flush the toxins out of every pore in your body and leave you feeling like a woman reborn. But why take my word for it? Slip into your bathing attire and follow me, while we're already dressed for it. You came for a nice relaxing soak in the water, you say? Ah, but don't you worry, that's coming at the end. Trust me, you'll appreciate it that much more after you've sweat your fair share. I think I picked the right quest. This is exactly the kind of thing that I want to do. What are you two doing here? Well, look who's come to visit. Might if I join you, Kupo? Or might I join you? Perfection is ever elusive, but I am rather pleased I miss that. I was too busy being surprised that these guys are even here in the first place. I did not plan this whatsoever, but I guess after you actually complete the quest that we just did, these two characters can start appearing randomly in the firmament. Or maybe just this one specific area that we were in just now? If so, then I really did pick the right quest for ending this episode. Who else can appear here? There's probably a wiki out there that kind of describes all of this, right? Is it not a sight to behold? I swear to you, if there's a more incredible invention in our entire realm, why, you can cast me from the highest peak of Corythus. Some find the heat too overpowering for their liking, but I'm certain that for a strapping young woman like yourself, the experience will prove positively divine. And once the sweat is poured from you like great hail falls, plunge into the chill waters of this pool and, mark my words, you'll feel as if you went soaring straight to the heavens. Not to mention that you'll lock in the heat, and ward off any malicious maladies or ailments that seek to break into your body. Is that like actually backed up by science? Do saunas actually work like that? But don't take my word for it. Just between you and me, a certain illustrious individual who shall remain unnamed, but may or may not be the esteemed Azure Dragoon. Wow, incredible. What an amazing quest. We're learning so much today. Has been known to stop by for a soak from time to time. Why, I've even spoken with him myself. Does he show up in this quest? Please tell me he does. I know he won't, but it'd be funny. Ah, but I'm getting ahead of myself again. Yes, I simply must escort you to the baths. Feast your eyes upon Snowsoak's pride and joy, the Grand Baths. I have it on good account that a select group of Ishgard's most accomplished artisans labored for nigh 7 fortnights to shape this tub into an aesthetically perfect form, worthy of the blissful waters that fill it. Why, it's said that the original design was conceived by none other than the erstwhile Count Terrasin de Zmail. Okay. I really didn't plan this. But, there he is. That's why he shows up, like, right over there, where we just saw him. Who also developed the method by which the springs are summoned up from deep beneath the grounds to bless our bodies with their warmth and healing powers. But could one possibly hope to appreciate the sheer wonder of the baths and sauna, simply by hearing some stranger ramble on rapturously about it, until the end of time? I don't know, the way he's describing it, it's kind of giving me, like, a vicarious effect, like I'm not actually there, but I feel like I'm there. Heavens no. So what are you waiting for? Doff your garb, and hop in for yourself already. Okay. Tell me, my friend, are you prepared to experience true bliss? Yeah. Is it not everything I said it was, and then some? Pardon me. Could it be? Is it the Azure Dragoon? No, it's not. It's Charlie. I can't believe it. I got my hopes up for seeing Istinian naked or something. Slap me silly with a kissing trout, if it isn't the esteemed Count Charlemagne de Durandare. What brings your lordship to this place? Does the Durandare Demence not have a private bathhouse that far outstrips this place in sheer scope and luxury? I do believe these facilities are open to one and all, regardless of stature or status. But if you must know, firstly they afford me the opportunity to converse uninhibited with individuals such as yourself, that I might hear the voices of our citizens firsthand. If more members of the nobility were to follow my lead, I do firmly believe that Ishgard would become a more compassionate nation. Yet far too many seem to believe themselves above it all. And so as Lord of the highest of houses, I come here to set an example. Secondly, I come to admire the artistry and technical mastery of House Zemael. It pleases me greatly to see that they too are expanding their aesthetic pursuits, and forging a new role for themselves in this new age of peace and enlightenment. Thirdly, but is it not self-evident, soaking in these soothing waters and gazing out upon the snow-kissed landscape, why, there is no place in our fair realm I would rather be. Alright, that was actually a pretty good quest. Maybe they're all that good. If I ever have time at the end of an episode, I'll try out the rest of these, I guess. Maybe. So we got the House Zemael Magic Prism. That makes sense now that we know who built this place. They're the tower. Okay, and with that, we can end another episode with Komori taking another hot springs vacation, after a job well done. But she shouldn't get used to it. I'm not going to teleport here every time at the end of every episode, just because Komori wants to sit in some hot water. Now would be a good time to take a break.